So before I talk about the new Death Note film that just came out on Netflix this weekend, I want to quickly shed some light on the original series, in that I only have seen maybe 10 episodes of the first season, and that's it, of Death Note. And I thought that, from what I remember, that was a really good 10 episodes, but for some reason I couldn't finish the season. But going with that and going with the TV show that I only watched 10 episodes of, the anime, and going out with this movie, I really, really could not stand this live action adaptation of Death Note, this American live action adaptation, because there was a Japanese one too, which I've not seen, but I feel like that is infinitely better than this one because, God, this movie made me so mad. And I'm not even that big of a Death Note fan. Like I said, I've only seen the first 10 episodes of season 1. But I thought with just seeing that small amount of the show, it was so good and so interesting and so well written. And then you get this movie that they made that is Americanized. And usually for me, if a Japanese product is Americanized, sometimes I'll go with it or not go with it. Like Ghost in the Shell, the Scarlett Johansson one. I thought that was not great, but it was fine. That's the most recent movie I can think that came into my head that's based on a Japanese product that a lot of people were pissed off about. And then we get the newest product, a Japanese product that people are going to be really pissed about. And in my opinion, I think that they really should be, because I really could not stand this movie at all. I really thought that these characters, the acting was terrible, and I thought that the writing was really bad, and I thought that even though this was not good, it should have been a TV show, a live-action TV show of Death Note, and not just a condensed movie that really felt so unkept together, because they kind of did a lot of cutaways to like things that will not happen and then it will already have happened. Like, say, whenever Light is becoming famous as this other named internet, or on the internet, this other named persona, and he is getting famous, and it immediately does like a series of scenes where it just shows that he becomes famous, but it doesn't give you any information on it besides that it happens. It just is shown quickly in movie form. And that really made me mad too, because you don't get much with these characters, and these characters, the acting was really bad, and I feel bad for these actors, but I thought that they were really bad, and I thought that Willem Dafoe was the only saving grace, and as the devil or the demon, but I thought that he is barely in it either. So I think that it didn't really give me anything that would have its saving grace for, besides Willem Dafoe was fine, and the score was okay. But besides that, really, this was really not good at all. And the funny thing is, it's the second time this year, in movie form, I've seen a ripoff of Final Destination, because I got Wish Upon like a couple months ago, that crappy movie with the girl who had the wishing botch, which would kill people in Final Destination style, where this one does the same thing. And from what I watched of the original TV show, the original anime of Death Note, it didn't do that. It didn't have like over the top, like, say, somebody in a Final Destination movie, like somebody in this movie literally gets killed by having a ladder fly off of a truck and decapitate him in a bloody fashion like Final Destination. And to me, it seems so stupid and it seems so much like Final Destination. They should have just called it that. And I thought that it really made it more of a detriment than it should be, I think, just because it was so over the top, that I was like, wow, this is not taking itself seriously, even though it's trying to, but then it has these over the top moments in it. So I don't get why they went that route, but I guess for an American audience, that's what we get, I guess. And then the characters, like, it's interesting that this is an adaptation of a Japanese product, but they keep a lot of the things that they do in the anime in live action form as American actors and American characters. So it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like with Light and how he has this white hair, And to be fair, there are people in America who have done that, have white hair kind of bleached up on the top of their hair like that, like he does in this movie, but it it was distracting for me because it looked like he was a character from Japan, and he's not in this movie. He's American. He's an American character, so I don't get why they kept that, and I don't get how Light, the character, or L, the character who is trying to get Light, does all the quirky things that L did in the show, but it's so weird to watch in live action form, and not as a Japanese character, because I felt like it would make it a little less jarring if he was a Japanese guy doing this, because me not from Japan, I feel like they like this quirkiness more, even if it's a serious thing, and this movie tries to be so serious, but then it's got over-the-top deaths, and then it's got things that are so Japanese about it, but they're American in this version, so it doesn't make any sense, and it distracts from everything else to make it so bad. And I'm going to try to tread lightly on spoilers, but the end of this movie involves an amusement park, and like I said, it rips off Final Destination with the deaths, but at the end of this movie, there's a scene that is almost just like the premonition from Final Destination 3 at the amusement park. And I was so surprised how much of a ripoff it was to that one. It was so dumb and so stupid. And these characters were so flat and so boring, and the acting was not good at all, really, except for Willem Dafoe. He was fine because he has got that creepy voice, that scary voice. He's good at doing that in any movie. And the score is okay, visuals are fine, but really the acting and the weird Japanese quirks for these American characters really drag it down for me. I think it is really... I thought it was pretty bad. I don't think it is definitely like the worst movie I've ever seen, but man, I thought it was not good. I thought it shouldn't be made because it was... You've got a Japanese adaptation anyways of it, but I guess they wanted to bring it to an American audience, but to me, I thought it fell so flat with almost everything, except for a few tiny saving graces, but I really didn't like it. Even those couple things that are okay about it didn't save it. So, yeah, the Death Note movie sucked, and I am honestly not super surprised, because we get American adaptations of Japanese films or TV shows a lot, and I think that, for the most part, they're not good, or they're just really complained upon, like Ghost in the Shell. So I think that this was just really bad, and I think I really, honestly, am kind of annoyed I watched the whole thing, and I really am regretting that now. So anyways, I don't know what everybody else thought, but for me, this sucked ass. So thanks guys so much for watching. Hopefully I'll watch something better next time. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.